going on, guys? I'm back again. I'm here to talk about Gears of War 3, my review, of course, as you can see of all the... Oh yeah! Check it out, Gears of War 3. This is my exclusive copy I got from God. No, I went to GameStop last night, and they had these there, so I was like, hey dude, can I get one of these? And they said, sure. So, gave them big display case, Gears of War 3. Awesome. GameStop rules. So, that goes to the ridiculous amount of Gears of War 3 stuff. So, let's get started on the game review. So, it's an exclusive for Xbox 360. This is the exclusive case, or whatever the hell you want to call it. So, I would definitely recommend, well, here, okay. First off, it's a third-person shooter. It's a cover-based third-person shooter. It's one of the first that defined the generation of third-person shooters nowadays and stuff like that. So, if you're a fan of third-person shooters, I highly recommend, well, if you have an Xbox, I highly recommend Gears of War 3. It's a amazingly fun action game. You know, some people tend to not like the cover system and stuff like that. But I personally enjoy it, and I think it's really fun, and it's a really great game. So, and Gears of War 3 is the best out of the trilogy, so I definitely recommend you go pick them up. Now, I was going to start on the game with some notes, which I'm just going to go from story and stuff. So, I'm going to start out with the story. In Gears of War 3 is the best of the trilogy. It has a lot more passion and emotion put into it. You know, in the first and second one, they're all just kind of running around going, you know, I'm gonna kill you, blah, 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 blah. This one, they actually put emotion into the characters. Like, for example, I do feel bad for Marcus, I do feel bad for Dom, throughout the campaign because of the certain things that they go through. You really see and feel how, post-apocalyptic the world is and stuff like that. So I felt kind of the, oh shit, this, you know, the world sucks, you know, the whole world. And imagine Earth being taken over by some other kind of race. You know, I felt like, you know, I felt for them in the game. And the characters I all liked. You know, I've liked Marcus Phoenix. Marcus Phoenix is one of my all-time favorite, characters, just because just the way his character is, you know, badass pretty much, and I've always liked him. Dom, Cole, and you actually get to be Cole in the story mode, which is awesome, and a major complaint of mine. Now, it's a major complaint of mine, but this isn't really a spoiler. So, you're Coltrane, you're with Baird, Sam, and Carmine for, say, like a few acts. Now, what Epic did about Gears of War 3 is they pretty much hyped up how much you get to be Coltrane. They said you get both sides of the story. Now, you do in the beginning of the game, when Marcus faces the Leviathan, you're Marcus, and you have Dom with you, Jace, and Anya. And then you do like something for an hour, and then you switch over to Cole with a completely different perspective, which is amazing, because I thought before the game came out they would both be similar, but they're completely different and really fun and enjoyable. And I love being Cole too. The reason it's a complaint for me is because you only do it once. Now, there's like, after you guys meet up, you know, Cole and everybody meet up together, you're with each other for about, I don't know, I would say, maybe about a whole act. But then you're Marcus from the rest of the game on, while Cole, Baird, Carmine, and somebody else is off doing stuff, and you're Marcus, and there's Marcus, Dom, Jace with you? And Anya. So, through the portion of the game, which it's like 6 hours of the game is missing, which I know exactly what they're going to do. They're probably going to release a DLC, but through the fact that they put the fact that you can be Cole in there, that whole time I was Marcus from like the middle of the game on, I was wondering the entire time what Cole was doing, and that irritated me, you know, and I just wanted to know that second side of the story. But other than that, that was like the only complaint. It's not really a complaint, it's kind of bummed out about it, but the story in it is very, very good. They've added a lot of new aspects to the game, such as guns and the driving levels. Oh, the driving / riding levels don't suck in this one, because the first Gears of War 1 with the Krill and Gears of War 2 on the climbing up the stupid Mount Kadar, I think it was, sucked, and I hated them. They were terrible. I couldn't have fun with them at all. I couldn't stand them. This one, you like are on a Vulcan gun, which is like this freaking unlimited minigun is what it is, and then one you're in a submarine, which is like beautiful environments and really fun stuff to go through. And that's another thing that's great about the story is in Gears of War 1 and Gears of War 2, all the environments were kind of toned down and dark. In this one, since they have the new Unreal Engine, they made the sun shine and everything's brighter and everything pops more, so you get a feel for the environments. And that's one of my main thing is definitely the environments in video games that draw me in, like tropical environments and stuff like that. I've always been attracted to that, so in a sense. So that is also very good. But the story itself, just the basis of it, is very good. I like the story. The story as a whole came together really good. It was really a great way to end the trilogy. It was really good. And a lot of people have been saying there's corny lines in the game. Okay, yes, there's some very cheesy ass lines, and most of them come from Cole. The reason though is the reason they were corny, but I laughed at them, is because that's the type of character Cole is. He's brings a lot of happiness to like depression and all this crazy down shitty times. He brings a lot of upbeat happiness to it. So I wasn't really complaining about it, but I could see how people could get irritated from it. And okay, so story mode was definitely really good. It did take about 15 hours to beat. If they added the other WTF part with Coltrane, then I'm sure it would have been a solid 20-hour game. And I didn't look for any collectibles or anything like that, so I'm sure there's at least 20 hours. So I'm hoping they'll come through in the DLC and add the part where because they said there's supposed to be 4, and I hope one of them is the part where Cole is away from Marcus. The multiplayer, I'm gonna start off with Horde mode. For those of you who haven't played Horde mode is it started off in Gears of War 2 and really brought up about all these Uncharted has Siege. All these like Call of Duty, like zombies kind of. But in my personal opinion, Horde curb stomp zombies. I never found zombies really fun, but I think Horde is really fun, especially in Horde 2.0 and Gears of War 3. You can build a base and get turrets, decoys, like laser fences. What else is there? Silverback. I don't know how to fucking unlock. Because it takes time. You can't just walk in there and just make a silverback and stuff like that. And the enemies in Horde are really they're up to tone. Like I think we were playing on Checkout. Me and my brother, we were on like wave 36 or something, and a goddamn Brumak spawned inside of the store, and I was like, this is freaking crazy. There's one word I can sum up for boss waves and stuff. It's just absolute chaos, and it's chaos in a fun way. I had a lot of fun getting my ass kicked, but finally beating the boss waves, the Reavers and the fucking there's Lambent Berserkers, and then when there's actual Berserkers, there's 2 of them, and it's just complete chaos and total fun. So if you definitely play Horde. If you haven't tried it and you have Gears of War, try it. It's fun as shit. I was playing Beast Mode the other night, and Beast Mode is actually really impressive. Finally destroying the freaking the good guys, which is fun. And at first I was getting my ass kicked, because what it does, it's you get tokens or money for the amount of damage you do, like killing say Marcus and destroying fortifications for the COG. you get tokens, and with tokens you can buy the stronger classes of locusts, so you can take role as a locust. And you start out with like a ticker and a drone, and then you upgrade to like some centipede thing. And playing as the locust, you know, it's fun. Like, I like blowing people up with the boomers, and then when you get to the final tier, you have a berserker, an armored Cantus, a digger boomer, and what the hell's the other thing? Something else. But being a berserker is fucking badass, I swear to God, and it's fun as shit. Like, you can just go through with the berserker and demolish the entire base. So Beast is definitely a very different, well, it's the opposite. It is very fun, and I don't know, I just like, the more damage you do, the more points you rack up, and I like that. I like going through bases and destroying, kind of like it has a Command and Conquer feeling to it, and I was a huge fan. That's why I like Horde so much, and Beast so much. It's because you can, like, in Horde you build a base and defend yourself. In Beast you go in and destroy your base, which have, you know, it's got that Command and Conquer kind of thing to it, and I've always found that sweet. So Horde and Beast, definitely check it out. The story mode is really, really good. I love the story mode. Now, the actual multiplayer with as Team Deathmatch was just awesome. You know, Team Deathmatch from stuff like Call of Duty. It diverses it from Call of Duty, which is why I love Gears of War so much, because it's a third-person shooter. It's not like, you know, like Call of Duty and stuff like that are great games, don't get me wrong, but I've always liked third-person better. My favorite series of all time are Gears of War, clearly, Uncharted, and Assassin's Creed. Those are all, you know, third-person games, or whatever you want to call them. And those are all my favorite series. All three of them. Top favorite series of all time. Really great series. So, I love the multiplayer. Simply, like, I love Uncharted 2's multiplayer. The multiplayer in Gears is very fun. I have a lot of fun with it. It's a total shotgun fest, though. But I enjoy it, because nothing feels greater than when you walk up with your active reload and pull the trigger and just your enemy just blows the bitch. It's awesome. But there's a few complaints I've had about it, which is that goddamn sawed-off shotgun, which it isn't. The shotgun itself isn't a big deal. I just hate people who excessively use it. Like, I played a few matches where the only way people will get kills is they run up behind you and wait for you to freaking stop and then blow your brains out, because, you know, if you're close, it's a guaranteed kill. That is garbage, and people camp with it. You know, I'll be running full bore and just pull the trigger and I get obliterated. That's annoying. And what is it? Lancer. Not the Retro Lancer, not the Hammerburst, the Lancer. The one complaint I have with the Lancer, I don't know what the hell it was. I know it's still a new game and they gotta fix it up. But the Lancer active reload is freaking beast. I mean, it is wicked powerful. I was getting my ass kicked by stuff like that. That's not really a complaint, because obviously in Gears of War 2 they didn't do jack shit. But goddamn, that stuff is powerful. So I really love the multiplayer. Everything about this game, I really loved it all. You know, a few little complaints, but nothing major to keep, you know, the experience to say the experience was bad as a whole. So, I would definitely recommend, if you're a fan of third-person shooters, or if you haven't played Gears of War at all, go check out the first two. And if you don't like the first two, I would still recommend Gears of War 3, because Gears of War 3 is better than the first two. There's so many people on the internet I've seen who didn't like Gears of War 1 and Gears of War 2, and they picked up Gears of War 3, and they actually started to like it a little bit, which is amazing and great to see. Oh, and by the way, I saw on IGN this morning, Gears of War 3 has sold over 3 million copies so far, which is absolutely amazing. I'm so happy that, you know, a game I really enjoy is doing well, so it's always good to see that. So, I can't really give it a score, because I am terrible at doing that, because I'll give it a fucking 10, because I like to give everything a fucking 10, so I'm just going to recommend it. So if it was a score, yes, I would definitely give it a 10, just because I'm a fan of it. So, you know, definitely go check it out. I recommend it to anybody. It's a really good game. But I'm not going to give it a number, so I'm just going to tell you to go check it out. That's all I'm going to say, because, you know, I can't freaking judge a game worth of shit. But definitely this game is probably up there in one of my number one games of all time. So definitely go check it out. It's a great game. You know, I'm so glad all this money I invested in the goddamn thing and the game didn't suck. So Gears of War 3, great game. Go pick it up. I recommend it to everybody. You guys have a good one. I'm out.